September 30th, 2022, Calvin Castine at George Brendler Field, beautiful downtown Chazy. We're here for Northern Soccer League Division II play. Chazy being visited by the Lake Placid Blue Bombers. We were expecting Joey Trombley to be here. He might show up yet. Who knows? In the meantime, we'll read the rosters for both teams. For the home team, coached by Rob McAuliffe, assisted by Austin Tatro. We got Hudson Zeal 2, Novak Jarris 3, Maddox Tyndall 4, Caden Garrow 6, Elijah Valentin 7, Landon Salamando 8, Dylan McAfee 10, Reagan Dudiak 11, Isaac Merrill 12, Evan Dwyer 13, Gunnar Frenier 14, Oliver Stoddard 16, Austin Dozier is 17, Luke Mosier 18, Kobe Hernandez 19, Ben West 21, Landon Frenier 23, Owen Poirier 24, Zamir Foster is the keeper, Peter Labarge wears number 28. For Stuart Hemsley's Blue Bombers, Jordan DeForest is the keeper, Michael Mazzetti is 2, Grady Draper is 3, Drew Farabee is 4, Sibyl Sekujenin is 6, Alex Wright is 7, Christopher Byrne 8, Charlie Wilson is 9, PJ Colby 10, Gunnar Sheffield 11, Cody Montanolia is 12, Jesse Marshall 14, Brady Tremblay is 15, Henry Lower is 16, John Lansing 18, Caleb Wiley is 19, Brendan Murphy is 20, Will Landro is 21, Parker Scanio 22, Lincoln Norfolk is number 5 or 17. Assistant coaches are Mike Mazzetti and Sony Sekujanen.
Hello, North Country soccer fans, and welcome to the George Brendler Field. It is the 30th day of September, 2022, and tomorrow is October 1st. And tonight's matchup are the Eagles of Chazy against the Blue Bombers of Lake Placid. And Chazy, and quickly they come down with a feed from Dudiak, and it's cleared out. Chazy played Lake Placid a couple weeks ago, and what was kind of unique about that game was down in Lake Placid, Chazy had something to play for their coach, Coach McAuliffe, and it was that game that gave Coach McAuliffe his 500th career victory in Lake Placid. And the boys played really well that night, but I'll tell you, this young goalie, he's a freshman for the Blue Bombers, Jordan DeForest, really came up big for the Blue Bombers in that game and kept the high-powered offense of Chazy off the board for a good 35 minutes. But the boys from Chazy were not going to be denied that day, as they had a lot to play for their coach, and they came away with a 6-0 victory. And they were very motivated that night to get that victory, and they played well. But DeForest did really well defensively in the goal for Lake Placid. And I know that Coach Stuart Hemsley will have his team prepared tonight. And here's another shot cleared into the box, and Merrill looking to unload. He does. Low shot. Goes wide of the net, so we have a goal kick. And Stuart Hemsley is a very good coach. He'll have his team prepared for tonight's game. The question is, can Lake Placid match the skill and the speed of Chazy? And, of course, that question to that answer will be answered here by the time this game ends tonight. And, Calvin, it feels good to be being back up here with you again.
Yes, it is, sir. And we got to point out that he got his 500th victory in Lake Placid, but it wasn't his 500th victory in Lake Placid. It was the 500th victory that occurred in Lake Placid. It wasn't his 500th victory in Lake Placid.
Right, it occurred in Lake Placid. No, Calvin is always for those little subtle details, and he brings it out.
He won a lot of games in Lake Placid.
Well, he likes that field. He really likes that field. But yes, and Chazy is moving along in the league right now, as they won. Today's Friday, so Wednesday they beat Saranac Lake 5-0. On Monday they beat Seton Catholic 9-0. So they've been on a roll, and the what's amazing to me into this season as we get to the end of September is that the Chazy boys have only given up one goal. And that was to Plattsburgh High School in the Frankie Garrow Memorial. And since then, nobody has found the back of the net. And what makes it even more surprising with that, and here's the goalie, Shamir, does a nice job defensively, as I was talking about not giving up a goal. Owen Poirier comes over and saves the day for the Eagles as they got by Shamir Foster, and was cleared off the end line. So we have a corner kick for Lake Placid.
That was true value right there.
That was a true value right there for sure. Poirier's true value, of course. His mom and dad own Poirier's True Value, and the ball is being a nice service. And what's amazing with this stat of giving up only one goal is when this season started, there was a whole new defense. We're talking from the stopper position to the fullbacks, to the sweeper, to the goalie position. So there was a lot of question marks, if you will, starting the season. And how would this young defense, say new defense, all new defense, fare? And they've done it quite well, obviously only giving up one goal. But a lot of this starts at midfield with McAfee and Isaac Merrill. And they're two strong midfielders. And when they control the midfield, as they do, it makes it a lot easier for the defense. And there is a lot of firepower for the Eagles. And they're coming into their own. They're coming very confident in their positions, in their roles out on the field. And you're seeing it as each game goes on. And Coach McAuliffe's mentioned that preseason, that this team will get stronger and stronger as each game progresses, and we're seeing that. And coming off the line was DeForest, and he'll work his way to the 18. But as I mentioned earlier, I was very impressed with that young goalie. He did a really nice job for the Bombers, the Blue Bombers in Lake Placid. But Chazy was just a little too much that night for them. But there's that work between Merrill and McAfee, as I was talking about. And Merrill will get the shot, low shot, rips it toward DeForest. A nice job crashing on the far side for Chazy was Mosier. But nice job for DeForest to get his rebound after it got away from him. So here come the Blue Bombers, and the ball is sent forward by Knusian, and Knusian gets the ball up, and it goes to McAfee. McAfee sends it forward, now cleared by the Blue Bombers, and quickly it comes back into play, and Knusian trying to battle for the ball along with Gunnar Frenier, and there was a battle and obstruction called on Knusian. So it will be Chazy getting the call. And, of course, our officials tonight, Calvin, are
Dennis Labarge and Jim Varon.
So Dennis Labarge is to the near side, Jim Varon to the far side, and they are definitely seasoned officials.
You can tell by that white hair. Not that there's any white hair up in the booth there. But
no, there's none up here at all. And there's the feed, and that's cleared out. Nice job by the defense. Back there is Faribi, and Faribi pushes it forward. Mosier puts the pressure on the Blue Bombers, and it goes off of Landrial. So we're going to have a corner kick for Chazy, and Isaac Merrill will go to the far post. It has been McAfee. They're changing things up a little bit. It looks like it'll be a short kick. McAfee goes up, and Merrill, but coming over to defend is Faribi. And there's a nice shot, and that ball is headed into the net off of Mosier, and what a nice feed from Isaac Merrill, and Mosier just stood his ground, put his head down, and knocked it right into the ground, hit the ground. The ball hit the ground into the net, and DeForest had no chance. But that is a kind of a play you work in practice, Calvin, and they worked it perfectly.
That's one that you can put on the highlight. Just perfectly done, executed on both ends.
So with 33-30, Chazy goes up 1-0 on the Mosier header from the corner kick from Merrill. And the Blue Bombers is Landrio trying to control the ball. McAfee trying to get to the ball, has it knocked away, picked up by Merrill. Merrill splits the defense, gets it up. He hangs on to it. He is going to get the ball up over to Dudiak, but he sends it into the box. And there's a low shot by McAfee. Hard low shot. Goes wide of the net. Coach McAuliffe likes what he saw there. And one thing the boys are doing is they are not afraid to load up and get the shot off. And we talked before, sometimes they get a little too cute with their passing. but they're taking the shots.
Yeah, there's a balance there between being a team player and not taking unnecessary shots and taking those opportunities out there when you should be.
And the ball is at midfield. Outside of his foot was number 5 for the Blue Bombers. And actually, Calvin, we don't have a number 5 on this roster for the Blue Bombers.
Well.
So,
well,
we will call him number 5 until
number
we can
5.
get his name. And we'll give him his due. And the ball, here it comes. There's a nice through ball. And hustling is Tremblay. Trembley's being defended by number 13, Evan Dwyer. Does a nice job defensively. And it is McAfee. He's got time.
So my favorite 5 is Joe DiMaggio, so that's who he's going to be.
Joe DiMaggio? Okay, we'll call him Joe DiMaggio. And nice play as Labarge pushes it to the outside. Mosier rips another shot. But a nice play by Labarge. Could see Mosier coming to the far side. Had the wherewithal to put a nice little through pass over to the right side. And Mosier in full stride let the shot rip, but just over the net.
Trying to locate number 5 out there just to make sure that we didn't see the wrong number. Oh, there he is right in front of us here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wore my glasses, took my glasses off, and it still looked like number 5 to me.
Well, we'll have to ask Mr. Courier down below if he's got his name.
Well, I can ask him. Hey, John. John, over this way. John, no, look for it. Who is number 5 for Lake Placid?
3, 7. This is the...
What is it?
If you're injured, go down.
Lincoln Norfolk. So we have to remember that one. So number 5 is Lincoln Norfolk. For you guys who were thinking it was Joe DiMaggio, it was not Joe DiMaggio. Calvin took an educated guess, and we have a stop of the clock here.
I'm not sure it's educated, but I took a guess.
Well, it was you're a legislator, so it had to be educated. We're going to write it down here at number 5, Lincoln Norfolk. And thank you, Calvin. I wrote it down on the roster. So we're going to do a drop ball.
We'll be calling them Washington Norwood pretty soon instead of Lincoln Norfolk.
Yeah, Lincoln Norfolk, Washington Norwood. I mean, how about Kennedy John? You know what I mean? You know. Here it goes. Tyndall gets a shot off, and that will skip into the hands of DeForest. Nice shot by number 4, Maddox Tyndall for Chazy. And Jordan DeForest taking his time. A decent punt. Bounces up. Goes off of Tyndall to McAfee. He gets it over to Merrill. Merrill still trying to control. Has it taken away by Mazzetti. Tyndall heads the ball forward. Nice job by Merrill heading the ball, trying to find Labarge. It comes back to Labarge. He pushes it back to Merrill. Merrill switches fields, trying to find the speed of Dudiak. Hustling back is Landrio. And he could feel the speed of Dudiak coming on to him, so he sends it off to the sideline. So a throw in for the Eagles. And it will be number 10, Dylan McAfee for Chazy, deep into Lake Placid territory. Ball comes into play. Ball's headed out. And it is Merrill. Merrill controls. Has it knocked away. Merrill cuts it to the inside. He double teamed, and it's cleared out by Norfolk. So a throw in for the Eagles. It'll be Poyer. Gets the ball in, trying to find Mosier. Dudiak on the far side has it cleared away by Landrio. Stepping up is Merrill. Merrill has it again knocked away. And it will be Poyer with the throw in. Trying to find Dudiak. Dudiak sends it up. Goes off the feet of Mazzetti. So a throw in for the Eagles. Ball comes in. Ball's headed out by Byrne. Ball sent up. So the strategy, it looks like right now for Lake Placid, is keep Tremblay up at the line and try to play a through ball. But Chazy defends that. And it is Gunnar Frenier into the game here, trying to get around the defense, but a good job by Knujan. And nice play by Dwyer. Gets it to Tindo. Tindo simple over to McAfee. McAfee pushes it back over to Merrill. Merrill outside his foot, tried to get it back to McAfee, but it's picked up by Faribi. Faribi has it knocked away. Poirier pushes it forward over to Mosier. Mosier looking to get a shot off, trying to load up, chips it forward to LaBarge. LaBarge has it knocked away. So defended well by the Blue Bombers. They clear it out to an open space. It'll work its way off the sideline, so a throw-in for the Eagles with 27:49 left in the first half. Chazy leading 1-0. They lead in the shot category 3-1 and in the corner kick category 2-1. Ball comes into play. Cleared out. Merrill chips it forward to LaBarge. Gets through LaBarge. Coming on the weak side is number 3. Nice play by Novak Jarris. And it goes to the goalie. He kind of both hit at the same time, the defense and Jarris. And it will go into the hands of DeForest. Short kick. It is the hard work of Mosier. Trying to cut it through, but he's defended well. And Dudiak rips it off of Mosier. There's a shot, and going on the ground was DeForest on a shot by McAfee. McAfee didn't get what he wanted on it, and DeForest was there. And now the ball is sent forward by Knujan. Picked up by Landon Salamando. He tried to find Tindo. The ball comes back to number 15, Tremblay. Tremblay gets the ball over to Montagnolia, but he has it taken away by Tindo. Tindo takes it off of Norfolk, and Tindo will take the throw-in. Goes into McAfee. McAfee quickly sends it down the line. Jarris hustling down there, and it's cleared out by number 7, Wright. So throw in for Chazy, and it's going to be McAfee for Chazy. Ball comes in, goes off the back of Marshall. Picked up by McAfee. Trying to cut it to the inside. He was defended well by number 6, Knujan. And it's going to be another throw-in for the Eagles. McAfee sends it back to Tindo. Tindo over to Merrill. Merrill back to Tindo. And it gets by Tindo, and he capped it in. Nice play by Tindo. Now served by McAfee. Ball's headed out. Jarris gets a shot off, and he takes it off the over the net. So some nice work and great work by Tindo to save that ball from going out. And we have a goal kick. So, Calvin, we'll get a little goal kick here. How's life in the legislative world? How's things are going there?
Oh, there are problems here and there, but we try to.
Here, but you guys are problem solvers.
We try to ride them out.
That's good.
Well, let's talk about the weather.
The weather's gorgeous tonight.
60-degree day. It was one of the nicest 60-degree days I can recall. The sun was out,
and
it felt a lot warm. Yeah, no wind.
No wind.
It felt, I would have said 65, 70.
Yeah.
But it was only 60 on my thermometer.
I mean, the red, white, and blue is just hanging right there. There's no wind here tonight. And the weather is great. I was hoping for another flyby tonight, but they just didn't get the message, meaning the geese.
The day's not over yet.
No, but we may get that flyover yet.
Yeah.
And again, the Drew's great community members kept the corn up for us. So we're probably going to wait till the season's done.
Pretty close.
But you know what? The playoffs are only a couple weeks away.
I know. Time has a habit of moving fast.
Well, it's kind of a short season, really, soccer season.
Well, except for the winter sports where they start in December, take a week off, and then
it goes to March.
Yeah. Except for that, the spring seasons are even shorter than the fall seasons.
Yeah. So right now it is to the feet of Mosier. Mosier pushes it over to McAfee. McAfee now working his way, trying to get through. He was defended well, double teamed by Montagnolia and Knujan. And there was a push from behind. And a good play by Dwyer to keep his body between him and the ball. And Tremblay tried to work his way through there, but it was a foul on Tremblay. So the strategies right now seems to be trying to get a through ball over to Brady Tremblay.
Yeah. I'm sure a couple generations back, they were Tremblays, but
Well, they could have been. You know, we're probably related somehow. But the ball comes up to Tyndall. He comes to the outside over to Jarris. Back to Tyndall. Tyndall has it knocked away. Salamando pushes it back over to Dwyer. Gets by Dwyer, and coming off his line was Zamir Foster, and Dwyer was not happy that ball got by him. Ball bounces up, and Foster, that his kick from the goal is definitely a weapon for the Eagles. The ball's headed to the outside, trying to find Labarge, and it is Landrio will clear the ball out, and it will be a throw-in for Chazy, deep throw-in. And it will be McAfee. Ball comes into play. Headed out to the 18. Tyndall gets a low shot off. Labarge turns and takes it over the net. He'd like to have that one back. So we have a goal kick for the Blue Bombers. And it's Grady Draper coming into the game. Coming out looks to be Drew Faribi. Nice goal kick. Ball's headed down by McAfee. Labarge trying to get away from the ball, and the ball is ripped off number 14, Marshall, from his own teammate, Knusian. Ball pushed back. Tyndall sends it forward to Labarge. Over to Mosier. Out to the outside. Over to Jarris. And he cannot control it, so it'll be a goal kick again for Lake Placid. And when you hear me saying goal kicks for Lake Placid, that means Chazy's putting the pressure on. And if they keep this pressure up, I'm thinking they'll go up 2-0 pretty soon. It's 21:06. They lead 1-0 on a beautiful corner kick from Merrill off the head of Mosier. So the ball comes up. It goes on to the feet of Montagnolia. Montagnolia trying to control. Jarris chips it forward, trying to find Labarge. And it deflects. And they call it for White. Coming into the game, Gunnar Frenier ready to check into the game. He'll come in for Dudiak. Ball comes in. Pushed back, and it's cleared forward by lower, or that would be number 6, Knusian. Ball chipped up off the head of Labarge. Tyndall trying to send it forward. And the ball's cleared up. Stepping up is Dwyer. Dwyer on the ground to McAfee. Pushes it to the far sideline over to Poyer. Poyer now will send a deep ball, trying to find the speed of Mosier. Coming over to defend is Wright. He knocks it off the sideline. So also checking in Drew Faribi getting back in. He just took a little breather. And it is Gunnar Frenier coming into the game. Dudiak coming out of the game, as well as Byrne for Lake Placid. And is the field's namesake here tonight.
yes, he is.
He is. There's a shot, and DeForest is there, and I think he's up in his same spot, right? Up in his, yeah.
Usual perch.
And who would be his peeps with him tonight? Do we know?
I don't know. It looks. I didn't look a little bit like his son, but I don't know.
So we're under 20 minutes left in the first half. Ball to the far sideline. Picked up by Jarris. He's going down. And
We've got somebody else now up there. We don't know who it is. And George wasn't talking.
So Coach Hamilton did not like what took place over there. He thought he took him out. The officials saw it as just a collision. And then Chazy gets the call. There's a kick by McAfee. What a feed. That ball deflects. And that ball's chipped by Frenier. He tried to get it in, but it was defended well by Kanusian. Salamando trying to control. Has it knocked away. And there's a nice play. The speed of Faribi coming to defend. Here's an opportunity for the Blue Bombers, but a nice job by Merrill. He got back there and did a nice job defending. Mosier sends it forward trying to find Labarge, but it's picked up by Wright. He goes to the outside, and there'll be a throw-in for Chazy. So there was an opportunity for the Blue Bombers, but boy, the Chazy defense just converged on them and defended that very, very well. So a throw-in for Chazy. And we have a nice crowd here tonight for a Friday night. Friday night under the lights in Chazy. Soccer season, that's always a good thing.
Well done, Will. Time, Mikey.
And here on the far sideline is Jarris. Well, actually, that's McAfee. There's Jarris. He gets the shot off. It was McAfee to Jarris. And, again, good pressure by the Eagles. The shot category now favors them 6-1. Corner kicks 2-1. But they lead where it matters most on the scoreboard, 1-0 on a Luke Mosier header from Isaac Merrill. Ball comes in. Merrill goes to the outside. Picked up by Jarris. He'll work his way down. Pushes it forward to get by number 3. And he sends it up trying to find Mosier. That's cleared out. Ball sent forward. It goes off of McAfee. So it'll be a throw-in for the Blue Bombers, far sideline. Ball in play. Poyer knocks it around. Salamando knocks it around, and now it's sent forward, trying to get McAfee or Labarge. Coming off his line was DeForest, and he gets there first. So he rolls the ball out to Kanusian. Kanusian sends it up, goes off of Norfolk, and it is Frenier to Tindo. Frenier with the ball, taking it to the outside, but he can't control it. So Kanusian will take the throw-in. He gets it on to Norfolk, but it goes out of bounds. So throw-in for Chazy. Tindo with the throw-in to Labarge. Labarge cuts it to the inside, goes to the outside, finds Jarris. Sends it up trying to find Mosier, but it's cleared out by Wright. Stepping up is Poyer. Poyer tried to serve it. And he's trying to get it to a player, but it's deflected. Mosier heads it forward. Tindo to Merrill. Merrill does a nice play, gets by a couple players. It's Merrill. Ripping a shot. That deflects wide, and it should be a corner kick, I think. It is. Jim Varon saw the deflection. So corner kick for Chazy. 14:39 left in the first half. 1-0 Chazy. I'm Joey Trombley, along with the founding father himself, Calvin Castine. And Calvin, you still are viewer supported, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if somebody wanted to make a donation, how could they do that?
Well, our address is 1477 Ridge Road in Champlain. There's a goal.
There's a goal as we were talking. Again, another corner from Merrill. And I think it was number 4, Maddox Tindo. I think he got it, but what a nice, again, feed from Merrill on those corner kicks.
4 from 12.
Yeah, it was Tindo from Isaac Merrill. Again, he has that beautiful service in the box.
Yes, just I know when I first started covering Chazy soccer back in '85, there was a spot on the wall up by the parking lot where they used to practice their corner kicks, kicking that ball off the wall. You get back a certain distance and you know where you want to put it, you know. And so on the side of the school. I'm not sure if it's still there. I haven't paid attention, but that's something that stuck out in my mind at the time.
Well, Merrill has not disappointed with this. Then there's our flyover, Calvin. I mean, I only asked for 3 or 4, but I didn't meant 300 or 400. But there they are.
Those are all Eagles, you said, right?
Oh yeah, they're all Eagles. Yeah, yep. All from all over the country. Yeah. They came for this special moment tonight to this game.
That's amazing.
Yeah, well, you know, Friday Night Lights in Chazy, they know it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the snack shack open, Mickey Fry's going. I mean,
life is good.
Yeah. It is in Chazy right now. They're up 2-0. And here's another feed. Labarge goes over his head. And it is a goal kick.
You can't say play on and then play on and then call it back. That's stupid. You shout play on to play on.
So Kanusian sends the ball forward onto Montagnolia. Tinda, who just scored, doesn't really want to give it to the official, and it's taken away by Montagnolia. Montagnolia working his way down, trying to cut it to the inside. He sends it forward, and that will be cleared out. And here goes Tremblay. And that goes off of Evan Dwyer. So a throw-in for the Blue Bombers in Chazy territory. Kanusian coming in to take the throw-in. Ball comes in. Ball's headed backwards, and it goes off the end line. So it'll be a goal kick, and we have Dudiak checking back into the game with 12 minutes left in the first half. And it's been a first half pretty much dominated by Chazy. Lake Placid has had some moments, but the defense has defended well. And Foster, Zamir Foster, sends the kick. It'll be right at midfield. Goes off of the head of Mazzetti, trying to find Faribi. And now the midfield of Lake Placid trying to control. Mazzetti sends the ball forward too far. So it's going to be a throw-in for Chazy. It'll be Tyndall. Throw-in for the Eagles. Tyndall comes in. Labarge trying to control it. Gets it out to Dudiak. And it is Dudiak. Takes it off of number 6, Kanusian. Quickly, he gets it to Labarge. Labarge heads it up high in the air. And it is back to McAfee. McAfee controlling the ball. It's still McAfee. McAfee ripping a shot right off number 7 right. Back to Merrill. Merrill pushes it up, but it's cleared forward. Tremblay hustling for the ball. Hustling back is Poyer. Poyer and Tremblay. And Poyer takes it off the sideline, disrupts the flow of the Bombers, letting his team get back to set up defensively. Ball comes into play, goes off to Jarris. He knocks it forward, and actually was knocked out of bounds by the Blue Bombers, number 7 right. So Chazy will get the throw in as we approach the 10-minute mark left in the first half. It's 2-0, Chazy leading Lake Placid. Just a couple weeks ago, they were in Lake Placid, and they came away victorious 6-0 in Lake Placid. And they're calling a dangerous kick on the Eagles. So here's an opportunity for the Blue Bombers.
Peter, all the way.
And they're setting up. Offense is set up. Defense is set up.
Hey, find the ball, Peter!
That goes off the head of Dwyer. Sends it back off the head of Mosier. He sends it toward midfield.
Put him in!
And it's Merrill. Merrill working his way forward. Through ball to Labarge.
All right, okay. Hey, good run, good stuff.
And offside's called. So the ball will go to the Blue Bombers. Ball sent forward off the head of McAfee to Mosier to Dudiak. Or no, that was Jarris. Jarris breaking through. Good job defensively by Wright. Good speed by Jarris, but good defensive play. And it looked like it was number 7, right? So throw in for the Blue Bombers. McAfee chips it up to Labarge. Labarge outside his foot tried to get Dudiak on the outside. And it is controlled by the Blue Bombers. Hustling back is Merrill. Salamando steps up. Gives it to Mosier. Mosier pushes it back to McAfee. McAfee cuts it to the inside. Rips a shot. Left-footed, wide of the net. So goal kick for the Blue Bombers.
Oh, good. 3 stragglers.
There they are.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yeah, there they were here, and now they're gone.
They're gone.
Just like that. So the ball comes out to Montagnolia. He turns. Dudiak disrupts the play, but it goes back to Montagnolia. And he's still taking it up. Sends it forward, trying to find Norfolk. And that's knocked out by the defense. So throwing for the Blue Bombers. They're trying to cut this lead into half as they trail 2-0. And Knusian comes up. And it goes on to Montagnolia. He's being defended by Tyndall. He gets the shot across. And coming over is Foster, Zamir Foster.
Let's get out, let's get out.
Will take his time, let his players get down there. Foster, there's that kick. Gets by Labarge and chipped up by Wright onto the feet of Marshall. He just sends it forward, but goes out of bounds. Tyndall sends it up, goes off the head of Marshall. Tyndall moving the ball forward. Comes in, trying to find McAfee, but nice play by Mazzetti. He goes to the outside. Dwyer sends the ball up, and it just goes off the sideline. So checking into the game is Byrne. And we're back. We just had to change the battery. Nothing really missed. And it is, there's a low shot by McAfee.
Go ahead, Isaac.
Merrill has it knocked away, stepping up as Salamando. Salamando controlling. As it knocks away. And Dwyer steps up. And there's a shot from distance. And Foster steps up and grabs the ball. So he'll take his time. Short kick by his standards, but it goes into the defensive end of Lake Placid. Dudiak.
5 feet behind you.
Line control, sends it forward over to Labarge. Labarge tried to heel it back to him.
Like it.
And coming out of the game is Mazzetti.
Hey, come on, 4
Coming to
minutes
the
hard
game is
here.
Colby.
10.
Ball comes into Byrne. Taken away by
Go back, open
McAfee.
up.
Goes to the far side over to Jarris. Novak Jarris working his way down, being defended by number 3, Draper. Draper knocks the ball, sends it forward. Deflected by Faridi to the outside. And gets by Dwyer. And now on to the feet of number 12, Montagnolia. Merrill comes back as well as McAfee, now out defensively. Heading forward to the outside, trying to find Jarris from Boyer. And that will work its way off the sideline, throwing for the Blue Bombers. Merrill sends a deep kick back. Labarge hustling back, but back there defensively is right. He's taking it to the outside, and it goes off of Labarge. It'll be a goal kick for the Blue Bombers. We have 3 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first half. If you're just somehow joining us,
come on, Green, let's go!
In this broadcast, it's 2-0 Chazy. We're at the George Brendler Field. Calvin Gaston on the camera. I'm Joey Trombley. Chazy leading in the shot category, 8-2. Corner kicks 3-1. And the ball is in play, picked up by the Eagles. Going to the outside of the barge, trying to work his way to the outside. Has it knocked away. And that ball is ripped off of Poyer, so it'll be a throw-in for the Blue Bombers. And we have Wilson as well as Lansing checking into the game for the Blue Bombers. Coming out is number 15, Tremblay, as well as Faribi. So the ball will go to Chazy, far side. Poyer sends the ball down the line, off LaBarge, sent forward. Salamando heads it down on the ground. Picked up by Kabujian. So less than 2 left in the half. Ball in play. LaBarge turns. LaBarge has some advantage. LaBarge, he scores. LaBarge, good work by LaBarge. DeForest was there, but LaBarge took it to the near post. And Chazy goes up 3-0.
Hey, sir.
We have tape in here? There might be some med tape in the med bag. Yeah, you want to get med tape?
So Lansing, number 18, sends the ball back. And let's try this again. We didn't blow the whistle.
Hey, minute 40, be smart, be smart!
Pushes it back.
Let's go, Owen.
Ball goes back off of Draper.
Let's go, Raymond.
Poyer got the assist.
Poyer got the assist.
Maddox. Isaac, you can cheat here.
Minute 18, clock winding down for the first half. Poyer with the throw-in. Salamander will push it back to Dwyer. Dwyer chips it forward to Merrill. Merrill cuts it to the inside. Being defended by Colby. There it is. And there's a shot by Mosier, but it's cleared out. So the ball will go to Chazy as we've got 35 seconds left. And it will be McAfee. Mosier chips it to the inside of the box. And the Eagles are trying to get one more in before the half. Tyndall on the scoreboard tonight. He's taken down with 17 seconds. Ball comes back. Dwyer sends it forward. And here's the countdown.
7, 6, 5,
And so this first half will come to a close. It is Chazy 3, Lake Placid 0. Chazy leads in the shot category 9-2, and in the corner kick category 3-1. And Calvin's getting the final sunset through the trees. Actually, it's been a beautiful sunset tonight, and just fitting that we see it over the George Brendler Field on a Friday night under the lights.
Mickey Fries.
Mickey Fries. I don't know if you got that shot down there too. Oh, there you are, Mickey Fries. In abundance tonight for the folks. Not for you and I, but
No, you think they would sign it up? You know?
no, you know, we're doing our work up here. They're enjoying themselves,
No.
as they should. Every Mickey fried sold helps these kids, support these kids. So it's the second half. Chazy leading 3-0 from the first half. And first half was definitely dominated by Chazy. I would say about 95% to 5. And here comes Chazy again. McAfee sends the ball across. And Labarge, you got through him. So it comes back into play. Stepping up is Poyer. He's got time. Sends it forward. Sent back out. Salamando. Chips it up high in the air. Poyer gets it to the outside to McAfee, down to Dudiak. And one time by Labarge to the 18. It's headed out. Picked up by Montagnolia. And that's a push from behind on Montagnolia.
You get them to shut their vehicle lights off, please. Thank you.
So the call goes against the Eagles. Ball sent forward. McAfee still battling for the ball. And it's cleared out by Dwyer, but it goes on to the feet of Montagnolia. And there's some movement by the Blue Bombers. McAfee controlling. Trying to cut it to the outside, defended well by Lansing. So a throw in for Chazy, far side. It will be Maddox Tyndall. Ball goes down the line, and it's sent forward. Hard kick by Wright. Dwyer sends it back up into Lake Placid territory. And it is Draper. Could feel the pressure from Mosier. Mosier with the ball. At midfield, gets a shot off from distance. Goes wide of the net. So a goal kick for Lake Placid. And we got the official Varon trying to get some French fries from the ball boy over here. But the ball boy's holding his ground. He's not giving any up, Calvin. Parents trained that kid well. You get a Mickey fry in your hand, you don't give them up. Of course, we say that in jest. Mr. Varon was joking with him. And the ball comes up to Merrill, has it taken away by Norfolk. Far side. It is Frenier. Cutting back to the inside. Frenier putting some moves on. Still with the ball. Frenier trying to split the defense. But the ball is sent back to the defensive end of Chazy. Tyndall pushes it back. Dwyer on the ground. Gets up to McAfee. He comes all the way over to Poyer. Going wide is Dudiak. Ball's pushed to Dudiak. Dudiak will work his way down the line. Sends it forward. Sending the defense backwards. It's Dudiak. Chips the ball away. And Dudiak cannot keep it inside. Some really nice speed from Reagan Dudiak. But just got ahead of him just a little bit. So it's going to be a throw-in for Lake Placid. Dudiak sends it forward, trying to find Mosier. Mosier cuts it to the inside. Nice play. Sends it across, trying to find Labarge. Labarge takes it. Labarge will now try to get the shot off. Mosier tried to get it off. So it was defended well by the Blue Bombers. Merrill cutting it to the inside. Keeps it over to Poyer. Poyer sending it forward, trying to find Dudiak. Dudiak being guarded by or defended by Draper. Goes off of Poyer. Gets by Salamando. Stepping up is Dwyer. Dwyer calmly sends it out of bounds. Off the sideline. Giving a chance for his team to set up. And Draper calls for the ball. Draper down the line. Goes off the head of Norfolk. And that Merrill sends it forward. Dudiak.
White, I got white. I got white.
Goes off of Dudiak. It's going to be a throw-in for the Blue Bombers.
Sorry, Stu. Younger one here. better looking, smarter one. 3.
So it'll be a throw-in for Chazy. We're under 35 minutes. Only 5 minutes gone by in the second half. Chazy leading 3-0. They lead in the shot category 9-2 and corner kicks 3-1. And number 12, Montagnolia trying to clear it out. Coming off the line is Jordan DeForest. And as I mentioned earlier, he's only a freshman, so the Blue Bombers are in good hands as the in future years, over the next 3 years, with DeForest in net. He does a nice job back there for the Blue Bombers. Tyndall gets the ball up over to Merrill. Merrill sending it forward. Trying to find LaBarge. LaBarge was defended well. Cleared to the outside. This will be a throw-in for Chazy. And running over is Tyndall. Tyndall will take the throw-in.
Greg, a little more stretch. Just a touch. See if he comes with it.
Ball into play. And everybody's back for Lake Placid except Tremblay, who's at the line. And it's Poyer. He sends it in toward the net. Ball's knocked to the outside. McAfee sends it back over to Merrill. Merrill chipping again and trying to find Mosier. The right idea. Stacking up is Tyndall. He has a goal tonight on a corner from Merrill. And nice work by Gunnar Frenier on the far sideline. Ball goes back to Tyndall. McAfee has it knocked away. Salamando gets up. He sends the ball. It deflects off a Lake Placid player. Poyer sends it forward. Stepping up is Merrill. He has it knocked away. Ball sent forward by Poyer. To the outside, back there defensively, is Tyndall for Chazy. To McAfee, back over to Tyndall. He chips it up over to Gunnar Frenier, back to Tyndall. To Gunnar Frenier. Frenier turning on the afterburners. Is Frenier, pushes it back to LaBarge. LaBarge with the ball. He sends it back over to Tyndall. Tyndall coming from behind was Montagnolia. So it's going to be a throw-in for the Blue Bombers. Substitutions. We have Sheffield as well as Landry checking into the game. So a throw-in for Lake Placid. We're approaching down to the 31-minute mark. 31:40 left in the second half. Chazy leading 3-0. I'm Joey Trombley along with Calvin Castine. And Calvin, we're talking about making donations to Hometown Cable. 1477 Ridge Road, Champlain, New York, 12919.
Yep.
And any other way they can make a donation?
Well, right now my YouTube channel is up, but my website is down. So there is a PayPal link there, but right now it's not there.
So strictly, it's either seeing you in person,
Yep.
or sending a donation.
Yep.
To 1477 Ridge Road, Champlain, New York.
That is correct.
And I will make the appeal to make a donation to Hometown Cable. I know I ask you this every time. How many years now, Calvin?
We're in our 40th year, so it's 39 years plus since June 7th, 83.
June 7th, 1983. Wow. It's a long time, and Calvin is a North Country treasure, as we'll say, with all the treasures that he's filmed over the years. And I just recently, Calvin sent me a link to a show he did with my father and a few other gents from Champlain. Bootlegging Days is what the I think was the second maybe it was the first one, but it was I gotta admit, it was kind of neat seeing my dad on film again, doing that interview with you. And it's those treasures that we all have in the North Country, you know, whether it's our parents, whether it's our kids, our grandkids, people, you know. I mean, it's just unbelievable amount of footage, plus the disasters we've had here in the North Country over the years. It's been captured. And then some great shows with Bob Venn over the years and Gordy Little, highlighting different businesses, people, and what they do. And you really, there's a shot. What a shot by Labarge. Is that Labarge? No, that was McAfee. He just went far net, side net, and Chazy goes up 4-0.
I got 10 unassisted.
10 unassisted. So 4-0 Chazy with 29-24. And again, this is going to be a hometown memory for these kids when they move on, graduate high school, for their parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, to have this keepsake for themselves. And
They seem to appreciate it more 20 years later than they do now.
oh, you do. There is no doubt about it. I mean, Calvin will send me links to my heyday of softball days, and
With Dennis Labarge.
I played with Dennis Labarge. That's right, and it's really neat because the kids will look at that and go, "Geez, Dad, you had hair." You know, it's like, "Oh my God, Dad, you could actually catch a softball." So I mean, but it's those type of things that are, it's just invaluable, but it doesn't just happen. Calvin is out basically most nights, and now he's got his legislature work. He's busy with that. So if you can send a donation to Hometown Cable, it'd be greatly appreciated. Here comes Chazy again, as Calvin does not get paid anywhere else except from the folks like you who appreciate it. So again, it's just an appeal. And if you've been enjoying these shows all these years, or you just started to learn about Hometown Cable, send in a donation, please. Ball comes into play.
Go back! Hey!
And it is Labarge. I know that. As it gets darker, yeah, it was Labarge. The ball's at midfield. We're at 28 minutes left in the second half. And it's Tyndall working his way down. Tyndall will send the ball across. And that was going off the legs of Mosier.
You know, I've got probably less than 40% of our videos are online because of the time it takes to copy them on from a VHS onto a DVD and then upload them and so on, and only so many hours in a day. But every day I try to dig into the archives and find something from that date from years past that's online currently.
Yeah.
And yesterday was a kind of a unique one. 1995 was the closing ceremony at Plattsburgh Air Force Base.
Wow.
And
Wow.
in 2004, it was the final game at Olympic Stadium for the Expos.
Yeah,
So
those are. And you
the
captured
29th of September was a
and you captured those moments.
yeah.
And boy, that was well. They were both sad days, obviously. Now, did they bring games back this spring to Montreal, the Big O?
Not this year, no.
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 So possibly after because of the COVID problem.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
with the border opening up tomorrow.
Yes. Whoa, no card.
We may see it.
Yeah, in 2020, the Yankees were going to Montreal to play Toronto, and about 2 or 3 days ahead of that, in spring training, that's when they closed the border.
I bet you that was sold out. Here's Labarge. And that's going to be a corner kick. So yeah, that I'm sure that stadium was sold out for that one.
I would think so, because
Who knows? But yeah. And I like what they're doing next year in baseball. They're playing every team next year.
yeah, I don't know. That's why have leagues if you're going to do that.
You got your divisions.
Yeah,
Ball comes in.
because the National League is going to DH. Are they? Or
They
not?
are this year.
Oh, they are this
They
year.
have. I like that actually.
Yeah, I do too.
You know, I mean, I was obviously an Expo fan, but then when they left, I really started following the Red Sox. And of course, the Expos didn't have the DH, and then by following the Red Sox in the American League, I really enjoyed that, and I thought it was about time they brought it to the National League.
Yeah, if a pitcher's good enough to hit, he can hit. But, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't go. I mean,
No.
you know, you say the strategy and stuff. I get all that, but hey, you want to see a guy get up there and possibly be able to get that hit to win the game, and now watch most pitchers take a haphazard swing. And here, a nice feed. And Labarge gets the ball chipped up. So Chazy's moving the ball well, doing a lot of good things. Dudiak checking into the game with 25-11 left in the second half.
I don't follow baseball as much as I used to, but I think I do like the rule of the keeping the shortstop on the shortstop side and the second baseman on the second baseman side, and having two infielders on each side.
I do too.
Because it's really taken the offense away. It's gotten so scientific that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. You know, if I wanted to play softball rules and have 4 outfielders and all that kind of stuff, that's one thing. But we're talking baseball. Dudiak's going to score. Oh, that hit the post. Oh, wow. I thought he was going to score. I have to change my language there, Calvin. I thought he was going to score. I thought for sure that was dead. But I do like that too. Play your position. Now, I'm not saying you can't move within your shortstop position a little bit. But if you want to play the line on third base, you want to come off the line, that's totally up to you. But, you know, shifting where you got 3 outfielders and 3 infielders on one side.
Yeah, and you got to be at least in the infield area. You can't
Right,
be
you
playing
got to be,
you
yes.
can't play in short fielder.
Yep. You know, and if hitters is that good, then good for him.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I mean, but you still got to hit that ball.
That's right.
You know, and that ball's still coming at you kind of fast, doing a lot of funky things.
Yeah, and it's the same rule for both sides. So.
Right. I like that rule too. I'm really interested in the playoffs this year. They've expanded it, so the first round, and will be 4 first-round games, but the lower seed has to travel to the higher seed for 3 games there. Yeah.
Yep. No back and forth.
I think that's kind of interesting. And the ball is sent forward, and yeah, we are at a soccer game, but every now and then Calvin and I will do a little kibitzing on different subjects, as you can still see the game going on. And the ball goes to Jarris. He serves it. Ball comes out, cleared out. Salamando pushes it to the outside to Poyer. And late Placid comes out of the defensive end and gets it over to Tremblay. Tremblay defended by Salamando. Goes to the outside. Hustling is Tyndall. Also for Lake Placid is number 22, Scanio, who's checked into the game. It's Labarge. Nice play by Labarge. Push it through to Dudiak. Dudiak trying to keep it in, but can't. So we have a goal kick. So all kinds of changes here. 2, 9, 10, and 12. So Mazzetti, Wilson, Colby, and Montagnolia, as well as Marshall, checking into the game. Coming out is Tremblay. Coming out is Wiley. Coming out is Sheffield, as well as number 19, Wiley, 22, Scanio. Salamando heads it forward, trying to find McAfee. He one-times it to the open space. Stepping up defensively is Kanusian. And he knocks it off the sideline. So throw in for Chazy. We're at 21 minutes, 20 seconds. Chazy leading 4-0. Shots favor Chazy 13-2. Corner kicks favor Chazy 4-1. So it's a game been dominated by the Eagles, kind of what was happening in Lake Placid.
Looks like Mr. Brendler is ready for tomorrow. He's got his honor flight hat and coat on, so he's ready for tomorrow.
Now, is he going on the flight tomorrow?
No, he's already been.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so but he'll probably be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
In fact, I found out when he was going what time the police escort would arrive at his home, so I was hiding in the bushes and.
Oh, really?
Started off that episode with we're hiding here and his police are We're outside of George Brendler's home.
The police are here, and this is big news in Chazy.
Yes.
Coach Brendler has cops outside his house. So here comes McAfee, a through ball, and Mosier rips the shot, and that goes right off DeForest over the net. And a nice shot, nice save, and it will be a corner kick. And going, and well, why not give it to Isaac Merrill? He's got 2 assists from corner kicks.
That's why not.
So let's see if we can get his hat trick here on assists for corner kicks. We're under 20 minutes. Another low shot, and that one didn't happen. And he probably heard me up here. I put a little pressure on him to try to get that hat trick for corner kicks.
Yeah, just like Aaron Judge, a little pressure on him to hit that.
Well, you know, it's like, you know, you're doing well. They put your picture on Sports Illustrated, and your career goes to waste. I mean, it was almost like you never wanted to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. But so while we're doing this, Judge could be cracking number 62.
It could be happening right now.
I hope he does.
Well, I hope so
I
too.
think that's great for baseball. And you know, it's amazing. I'm a Red Sox fan, but I love baseball, and I love that Pujols hit 700. I love that.
Yeah.
Obviously, Judge got 61, but you got Red Sox fans going, well, how can you root for that? Am I going?
Why?
Because I'm a baseball fan.
Right.
You know, that's
why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Are you telling me you wouldn't want Judge on your team? You know?
I think he's a free agent, isn't he? I don't think he signed a long-term.
No, he hasn't. But I got to feel the Yankees are going to see a little value there.
Yeah, I know, but it better be a lot of value because after this season.
Do you know how many shirts with Judge and the number 61 sold the next day?
No.
Either do I, but I bet there were a lot. My point is, there's a lot of money coming into the Yankee organization because of him.
I'm sure.
You know how many extra hot dogs are sold and beverages at a game because of him?
Oh, of course.
So, you know. So, no, I think it's a wonderful thing for baseball, what's going on. And he's not juiced. I like that, too.
That's right. He'll set the record for non-steroid users.
Yes. You know, and the ones that I don't consider, you know, to me, there's asterisks by their numbers.
Yeah. Which is sad. They were all
Great
good ball players.
Yes, they were. And the ball is back, and it is Dwyer. Dwyer sends the ball forward. So it'll be a throw-in for Lake Placid with 17:34 to go in the second half. I won't say game because Calvin will correct me on that.
I've got to point out something is you and I know because it happened just a day or so or two ago was Judge got his 61st homer in Toronto. Maris hit all of his homers in the United States.
Really? So Judge is an international home run.
Yeah,
sensation.
Maris still has the United States American League record.
Now, they were talking to Maris's, is it his son?
Roger Jr., yeah.
Yeah, Roger Jr. He is hoping Judge does it tomorrow because that was the day his father got his 61st.
Oh, wow.
So then
nice.
Judge would have the record on the 1st. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll do it tonight. So.
No, it's not the 1st.
No.
So,
30th.
That's right. So here comes the Lake Placid, and they got an opportunity here to get a good service, and I'm sure they'll be crashing the net. And there it goes. And the ball, Shamir comes off the line, but that was deflected out by Salamando. And it is going to be a corner kick. So here's an opportunity for the Blue Bombers. It's their second corner kick of the game. They're trailing 4-0 with 16 minutes left in the game. And the Blue Bombers, their second corner kick. There's a low one. It's cleared out by Merrill. Merrill with the ball. That ball's like glued to his feet. He's keeping it going. There's Merrill still going down the line. Stops. Cuts it to the outside. Now to the inside. Now he'll send it forward. Some nice footwork by Isaac Merrill. And that will deflect off of McAfee. So all kinds of changes. And 3, 6, 7 changes for Chazy. Byrne coming in for Lake Placid. So wholesale changes from Coach McAuliffe with 15 minutes here left in the second half. And here comes the first string. And they should be commended on a game well played tonight as they lead 4-0. And so the ball's in play, and the ball comes out to Lake Placid, and there's some nice speed. Going back to defensively is Dwyer, and he just knocks it off the sideline. He'll disrupt the play, give his team a chance to settle in. There's a lot of new players for Chazy in there, and I'll try to get their names in there for you. You got Valentin, number 7 for Chazy's into the game, as well as Austin Dozer. Ball comes in. Ball's headed out by Dwyer. Ball sent back forward off the end line. Number 16 for Chazy's in the game, Oliver Stoddard. Number 21, Ben West, is into the game, as well as Kobe Hernandez. He made it into the game. And we see who else. So we have Hudson Zeal has made it into the game, number 2. Caden, is it Caden Garrow? Do I see him out there? So we got 4, 13. I think I got them all. So we'll try to get their names here into this game with 13:30 left in the game. Second half, I apologize. I got to say second half. But Calvin, I think we're pretty safe on this one.
No grand slams in this game.
No. There's no forks to be put into this one. I will never say that. Of course, anybody paying any attention to our broadcasts over the years, we know what the fish did.
That's right.
And
at a state playoff game.
Yeah, and I mean, and we train that to the announcers. Don't do a puss on. So I mean, that's well known at the state level.
Yeah.
Don't do a puss on.
Yeah, that's the way it's called.
And Ben West trying to get to the ball, but it's taken away by Mazzetti. He goes to the outside, and hustling to the ball is Landon Frenier. Frenier pushes the ball forward, but it's picked up by the Blue Bombers, number 2, Mazzetti. Mazzetti working his way down. Hustling is Tyndall, trying to defend. Good job by Salamando, knocking the ball away. And checking back into the game is Brady Tremblay, with 12:18 left here in the second half.
Explain the stick a fork in it thing with Mr.
Mr.
Fish.
Could we just take it for granted? It was the state championship game, and Chazy was playing. It will come to me. They had a rivalry at the state level, and Chazy was up 3-0 with 20 minutes left in the second half, and they scored the third goal. And Joe was my color commentator, and he goes, "Put a fork in it. This one's over." He wanted to sound like Ducky Drake did when he called the hockey games, and that goes to Foster. And so he calls it. So within a minute or two, and I can still picture the play. Actually, when I look down at the field where I'm at, just inside the center of the midfield, this player, it was Hamilton, and this player rips a shot. He just sends it toward the net, and it was one of those plays that just dipped under the crossbar, and it was 3-1. So then we come down, and we have a penalty shot, and we miss it. So we could have went back up 4-1. So we're down 3-1, and then all of a sudden there was a scramble. They score. It's 3-2. And then they score with 3 minutes left to tie the game. And we're going to overtime, and I think it was 37 seconds. There's an opportunity for the Blue Bombers. 37 seconds left in the game, or into the first overtime, and they score. I think the guy's name was Kranek. He was a 10th grader at the time. And he rips the shot, and we lose 4-3. But there were some injuries down by the net, so we were going to commercials. We were doing public service announcements, and we're just we ran out of ads. And so we go to commercial or public service, and Joe looks at me and goes, "We're going to lose this game, aren't we?" I said, "Oh, yeah, we are." I go, we're on our heels. And that was 37 seconds into overtime. That it was a great, great comeback from Hamilton. And it was just one of those games that things just went right the last 20 minutes and 37 seconds, counting the overtime for Hamilton, and they won that game. But it was the following year, Chazy got their, if you want to call it revenge. They beat Hamilton in the semifinals, and they went on to win the championship that year. But a nice play by Zamir Foster. He's just a very athletic young man.
But this is why you follow the shots too. If anybody was on Lake Placid was near there and didn't follow that shot, must be kicking himself right now, because you can never assume that
no,
it's going to be handled
we talked
cleanly.
about it, especially night games with the dew and stuff. That ball gets slippery out there. The field gets slippery.
Now, speaking of Hamilton, now that's you and I on our mother's sides are Trudeau's on the mother's side, and Zim Trudeau's kids relocated down there. So it's possible we have relatives in that area.
Oh, really?
He'd married
I did not know that.
Marie Tremblay from Clarence Tremblay and Russell and Richard, their sister.
Okay.
And that's where they went. So they're in that Hamilton area. So.
Yeah, well, of course, Hamilton's no longer. I think the school closed, small school. And then, of course, they're another route became Mount Academy, but they have moved up. They're more of a private school, so they're not in the Class D anymore. And there's a nice feed by number 2, Zeal. So we're under 9 minutes, 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Tyndall sends the ball forward, and going off on the weak side is Ben West. He's coming in strong. The ball's taken to the outside by number 4, Faribi. And it goes on to the feet of Byrne. Byrne sends it forward to Tremblay. Tremblay, simple ball, up over to Mazzetti. And here's a chance. Trying to get the shot off. Goes to the weak side. Tremblay could not get there in time. And number 12, Montagnoli, just couldn't get the shot off. No, he's trying, but he just couldn't get it off. There's a dangerous shot over the net. So some good pressure by the Blue Bombers here in the final 10 minutes of this game. We have 7:32 left in the game. Chazy up 4-0. They lead in the shot category 14-4. Corner kicks, they also lead that category 5-2. And it will be a goal kick for Chazy, and Zamir Foster will take his time. There's no big rush here. But he sends the ball forward. Just shy of midfield, bounces into the territory of the Blue Bombers. Valentin of Chazy pushes it to the outside as he's trying to find the feet of Landon Frenier. And Blue Bombers will control, working their way down, sends the ball forward, and Tremblay trying to get a shot off, and that will go off of a Chazy defender. And so we have a corner kick for Lake Placid. It's a short kick, and they do a little Chazy medicine here. But the ball comes out onto the feet of Valentin. Valentin cuts it to the outside, has it knocked away, and it's a green throw-in. And Poyer checking back in. Salamando will come out of the game. And they're sending over Kobe Hernandez to the left fullback position. And coming out of the game is Tyndall. No, they keep Salamando in the game, take Tyndall out. So Zeal trying to get to the ball. Montagnolia gets the shot off. It's a low shot. Foster holds his ground, goes into him. He'll work his way to the 18. He's got a great punt. And there it is. Boy, that's a weapon, Calvin. I said it a few times. He goes deep into the Lake Placid territory. And that's going to be a goal kick. And there's a souvenir in the soccer field for some lucky fan to go find. Which will be the players.
Down there, it's down there.
And somebody's on the run right now
Hey, drop off!
to go retrieve that ball. You probably get him on film, Calvin.
Drop off!
You'll see him coming around. So we got 5 minutes here left in the game. Chazy will extend their record to another victory.
Ball coming!
The ball is sent back. Stepping up is Poyer. Ben West takes it to the outside, pushes it back to Poyer.
That's fine, that's fine, that's fine.
Goes into the corner. And that ball will work its way off. So throwing for the Blue Bombers. And there you can see him now. I'm not sure why he just went into the cornfield over there. Must be another ball.
Yeah, oh, drop off more.
So here come the Blue Bombers. Montagnolia pushes it back up over to number 7, right. Off the line is Foster. So you can, here they are, Calvin. They're going to walk over. If he can remember the spot where it went in. Yep. He's got some work cut out for him. Here's Montagnolia. Cuts to the outside. Nice play by Dwyer defending. Ball cleared forward. Goes off of the head of right. Outside, so throwing for Chazy. We got 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. Ball comes into play, controlled by Montagnolia. Cleared out by Chazy. Another throw in for the Blue Bombers. Off the head of Zeal. There's a low shot, defended well by Dwyer. Dwyer stepping up. Sends it forward, and there's Ben West, has nice speed. West is taken down, and there is no call. There's the shot. Shot by Lower. So 2:11 left. DeForest punts the ball forward.
Lane it deeper, towards Evan.
Far side coming on is Montagnolia. We got the 2-minute call. So throwing for Chazy. And Lake Placid came in tonight, and they held Chazy only to 4 goals. That's a good night for Lake Placid, and they've done quite well tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, those corner kicks were outstanding. So you take those 2 away, and
Yeah.
you got a 2-0 game.
So West with the ball. Ball goes on to the feet of Stoddard. So we have 1:13 left here. Outside foot from Zeal. Sends it forward, but it's back to midfield. Ball pushed to the outside onto the feet of Montagnolia. Dwyer sends it forward. Big deep kick, has the defense running backwards. And Canusian sends it forward to Montagnolia. Nice play by Hernandez.
Forward!
Stoddard chips it forward. Picked up by number 7, Valentin. 25 seconds left. Ball sent forward. Dwyer sends it back to midfield. So it's going to be a throw-in for the Blue Bombers. Number 8, Byrne. Two for Reby. And this game has officially come to an end, and Chazy will get the victory tonight, 4-0. They lead in the shot category 15-5, and they led in the corner kick category 5-3. I'm Joey Trombley along with Calvin Castine. It's the 30th day of September, 2022 at the George Brendler Field, Friday night under the lights. Chazy 4, Lake Placid 0, and as Calvin likes to say, that's the way it was in beautiful downtown Chazy.